All right, guys. Breaking news. Breaking news. Here we go. Here we go. Borders. $3,000 people in custody. Border agents getting shot. We got a lot going on this Wednesday, January. A lot going on, guys. Come on in. We're going to watch some clips here. There is a lot going on right now in our country with the borders and ICE. We're going to talk about, come on in, everybody. We're going to talk about the border agents who got shot in Vermont. They're getting shot. There's a war. Trump is ready. He says our goal is to arrest 1,800 a day. Welcome in, guys, and happy Hump Day Wednesday. What is going on here? Why am I not? Another day with YouTube glitch. Let's see here. YouTube glitch. Let's see here. All right, looks like Janine. Hello, Janine. Omar, how are you? Come on in, guys. God bless everybody. Hope you're doing well. What in the world is going on? We knew this was going to happen, right? Hello, Janine. Hello, Omar. Good to see you guys. Happy Hump Day Wednesday. Picking up my wife at the airport tonight. She's a little nervous. I'm flying back. We're going to get into today's live. I hope everybody's doing well. Come on in. I'll wait for some to come in. We're going to be covering the border. They're fighting back. These gangs, drugs, big money, many years, not just in this last administration, but we're going back into the 70s, right? Big, big money that's going to freeze, and they're mad. I'm going to continue to say this, guys. By the way, Fergie and Janine, thank you for being here, moderators. I want you guys to enjoy the contact. There's a lot of miscommunication. Enjoy it. There's nothing you can ever do wrong. Take it in, enjoy it. Don't get stressed. It's I love everybody being here, and we're going to talk about what's happening. Yeah, cartels. Well said. I should pin that. As Janine says, cartels are not happy. I mean, it's a big operation, right? Billions of dollars. So we're going to talk about that, guys. I'm going to watch some clips. These gangs. We got major gangs going on right now, and they're shooting borders. And one lost their life. First time in many years. This is a serious situation. And Trump, Omar, hello, Omar. He is, Trump is using all his power to fight back. And he's going to do it. He's going to fight back hard on this. All right? Real hard. He's not taking any stuff from any of them, right? So we got a lot to talk about on it. Billions of dollars on drugs and trafficking. And also we're going to talk about more on yesterday on what's happening with the freeze. I'm going to get into, guys, if you are on Medicaid or Medicare or Social Security or SNAP benefits, we're going to talk about that. So John H., congratulations, John, for 7 months. John, let me use my right hand. High five, fist bump. Appreciate your support and coming in on these lives. It's not unnoticed. Thank you very much, John. So we're going to talk about that much more. Pretty much, I would just say this off the bat. If you are receiving SNAP benefits, they're not freezing SNAP benefits. These are for the illegal people that, and by the way, guys, I'll let you know a little bit about me. If you're just coming in for the first time, let us know you're new. I'm in representatives. I meet with them all the time. Why? I fight for homelessness and vets, and I'm hearing a lot of stuff. This was to see how many people that are illegal that were receiving these benefits. And by the way, speaking about illegal, they're not going to be coming in your door. So if you know somebody that's illegal, they're getting the bad guys, the bad girls, and the many people as they could. Okay, so they're talking about the farmers and stuff. Well, real quick, guys, before I get into this, hello, Mike. Listen to me. The Italians, I worked on a farm at 15. We can work on the farm. So when they say, well, we need them, like CNN, we don't need them, right? We do not need them. So appreciate that, Omar. Thank you so very much. High five, fist bump. Thank you for the donation. Just so you know, 100% donations go to the homeless here on this channel. Appreciate it. Make sure you support the other YouTube channels, vertical, horizontal. They put a little work into it. We appreciate it. Now, so let's get back to this. So when they say, we're going to get into this, these cartels, but before I do, if you receive Medicaid, SNAP benefits, not judging, you will not lose them if you are in the criteria, right? So CNN makes it like Trump's just cutting everything. He's freezing it because there's money. Stay with me, guys. Let me know when you're with me. There's money that's going to fish farms. This is wasteful money. Climate change. And I'm not saying that's important, but we don't know a lot about it. So when they say they were going to freeze, they're just freezing certain things. You're going to get your Social Security every month. No problem. You're going to get your Medicare. You're not going to wake up and have to go to the doctors and not have anything or anything like that. It's all fine. Don't get stressed over it. CNN is fake news, in my opinion. Not all of them, and they add things on. Now, we're going to talk about this, what's happening here. So I'm going to let you know what's happening real quick. I'm going to turn around. We're going to watch a little bit of this clip right here. Let me get it working. So what we're going to watch, guys, is what's happening right now in New York City. New York City. So what we got going on, if you're just coming in, welcome in. What we got is right now, the cities need to be safe. Donald Trump says we need to keep the city safe. His goal, an administration goal, is to arrest 1,800 to 2,000, a day to get these bad guys and bad girls off the street. Now listen in, guys. This is the local newscast here. Hold on.
Multiple boroughs. Nearly 36 guns were seized and 50 grams of pink cocaine. Fox site Jessica Formosa joins us live from Kew Gardens, Queens, where the charges were just unveiled, Jess.
Welcome in, Scott.
Natasha and Steve, that's right. It's a slew of charges that they face. This was a 120-count indictment. Now the DA says 8 of those alleged gang members are now in police custody. 2 are on the loose. These gang members are allegedly from the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. Please take a look at this video. Go ahead.
Hold on, guys, real quick. So, what's happening? What happened?
Hey, Dad.
Breaking news. Okay. It's not just Venezuela. Okay. This is not just Venezuela. These are from my wife's Puerto Rican. These are from Puerto Rico, Cuba, Iran, Iraq, and yes, I'm Italian. There's a few. So I'm not picking on Venezuela. I'm just reporting the news. So YouTube, this is a case of the Venezuela. There's Haitian people too. I'm not picking. These are all bad people. Drug trafficking, young ladies, young women, American women, that kind of stuff. We got to get them off, right? So let's listen in. Let's listen in. Breaking news, guys. Let's listen in here.
This is the moment the NYPD makes the arrest. Among those handcuffed,
here we go.
2 women. Authorities say the alleged gang members were trafficking guns and drugs not only throughout New York City, but as far as Texas and Colorado, with plans to expand their network to Colombia. The DA says this was a years-long investigation. 34 guns were recovered, including 4 semi-automatic pistols, 2 assault weapons, and a ghost gun during the takedown that took place yesterday in the Bronx.
6 of these weapons were reported stolen from other states across the country, including Colorado, Pennsylvania, and Texas. TDA is a dangerous transnational gang that is specialized in murder, trafficking, and mayhem.
The defendants using
bad people, Scott,
helped traffic and sell weapons in Queens, the Bronx, and elsewhere. They relied on use of rental vehicles to come up the iron pipeline and sell them to people in the city of New York.
The defendants range
from
19 to 31 years old.
There's a few of them right here. Look at
including
these
criminal
people.
Sale of a firearm, criminal possession of a weapon, conspiracy, and other crimes.
So here we go, guys. And let me just turn the camera around real quick. We're going to listen to more. First of all, welcome in, guys. I hope everybody's doing well. God bless everybody. We help out the homeless and the vets here. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're safe. Look, we got craziness people that are born here, right? All types. I'm not going to get into it. We'll start with mine, Italians. We can't have this. This is nuts. We got to make our cities, our states safe. And we're going to listen more. This is big, guys. And Trump knows how big it is. And this is up on the top of the top 10 list to get this done. He's moving very quickly, by the way. Look what he's done. He's done so much already with the fires in California. If you're new, we're discussing all that. He's trying to get answers on the assassination of JFK, 1963. Who tried to actually kill Donald Trump? He's digging deep. He's fast. He's a boxer. He's quick. The cities need to be safe. We're going to listen into more. Welcome in. Just a friendly reminder before I go any farther. If you can hit the like, I appreciate this, and support with a little like. If you like the content, if you're not, then that's fine as well. Now, so the goal is about, don't quote me on this, I thought I heard and read some 18 to 2,000 a day. This is Trump administration goal, to get these bad guys and women off the street. And then, the kids, they got their kids with them too. We got to get them back safe too, the children. So the cities need to be safe. Now, I had to put some notes here. So right now, 3,000 people were arrested in custody, and they're shooting at the southern border. They're fighting back because it's a big operation, right? It's lots of money, lots of fazuls. So they're fighting back, and they don't care if they take down border control or anybody else. So it's a scary thing. We knew this wasn't going to be easy. If anybody thought this was going to be easy, then you got to put some cold water in your face. This is very a serious thing. The military are right now, as we speak, are at the southern border. Texas isn't putting up with it. And by the way, California and Gavin Newsom, he's going to have to just move over, because it doesn't matter if Gavin Newsom says, time out, I'm not going to let it happen. Move over, Gavin Newsom, because we got a new sheriff in town, and it's not doing. By the way, I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada, guys, if you're coming in. Why I say that is for a couple of reasons. Let you know where I'm from. But on the Strip, the people that would give out cards and these certain culture of people, I can just say Venezuela, Mexican, and this, and not all of them are bad that we're doing this. You don't see them. The reason you don't see them is they're hiding. They're scared. Now, I'm not saying the ones that are giving out different things on the Strip are bad people, but you're not seeing them here in Las Vegas. They're gone. It's like a ghost town right now, right? There's people on the Strip, but not what you're seeing. They're all scared. So they are very, very scared. So this is going to come down. This is a $1 billion operation, ladies and gentlemen. Billions. And drugs and cocaine and fentanyl from China to Mexico. It's a racketeer. It's worse than the mob days. Way worse, right? And people are dying from it. And you see here in Queens how many weapons for YouTube that they're taking down. So anyhow, a lot of that stuff is gone. But millions are crossing. We had wide open borders in the last 4 years. Millions of people coming across. You've seen it. We've seen how many were coming through. Little kids getting cut in the fence, losing, dying, people drowning. And now you have the cartels and the bad people. And we got to get them back. We got to get them in jail and custody. You won't see them anymore. So that's what's going on. Let's listen in. This is live on Fox Nation. Live on Fox Nation.
Following gunfire, according
what we got going on here?
Not a ton of information right now on what's going on there, but you can see the police cars and the crime scene tape at this scene.
This was a scene in Memphis. I'm not sure if this is connected with the
developing story.
Borders or ICE.
There are police officers.
I repeat, I'm not sure, but this is coming in right now.
They're kind of coming and going. Some of these people outside of this neighborhood. It looks like a very residential part of Tennessee, of Memphis, Tennessee. So we'll just take you out to it. If we do hear from authorities, hear from police, there.
Come on in, guys.
In that city on this fatal shooting that took place here on this Wednesday. All right, let's shift gears a little bit here on live now.
Gang members now
to New York City as we're continuing to follow, of course, the latest with all of the major immigration operations as they have arrested thousands of migrants in several major cities. I want to put up this.
Bad guys, look at these.
In New York City, as from a story we were following yesterday.
New York City, guys.
New York City announced the indictment of 10 alleged members and associates of the Tren de Aragua gang as the Queens District Attorney joined the New York City Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch at a press conference. According to the authorities, 8
drug dealers
were arrested with 2 more indicted. In addition, 34 guns were recovered, including 2 ghost guns,
child trafficking,
AR-15. They said the indictment took over a year into this investigation. Let's take you out to this latest press conference from New York City.
Oh, we're gonna hear a press conference, guys, in a second.
As one of the migrants that was arrested was wanted for what transpired the apartment takeover in Aurora, Colorado. The Venezuelan migrant taken into custody yesterday. And let's listen into authorities here from Wednesday.
Our city and sell them to our children. They cause too much heartache in our communities. And I know as I call on the police commissioner to say a few words, that she shares that sentiment, and she's working every single day to make sure we get the guns off the street. Commissioner Tisch.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to start by thanking our extraordinary Queens.
I don't know,
Attorney,
Janine. Why do we
Katz,
keep these Democrat mayors? I don't know.
of assistant DAs who worked hard to bring forth today's indictment. And of course, the dedicated detectives, the NYPD's firearms suppression section. I am proud to announce that NYPD detectives have successfully intercepted and I am proud to announce that NYPD detectives has successfully intercepted and shut down a significant Tren de Aragua pipeline
Good.
of guns into New York City.
Good.
As part of this investigation, 8 Tren de Aragua gang members were arrested for criminal sale of firearms, and 2 additional members who have also been indicted remain outstanding. Rest assured, our warrant section and our regional fugitive task force are hot on the trail of the 2 outstanding individuals. As part of this investigation, NYPD detectives recovered 34 guns, including 2 ghost guns, one being an AR-15, and a Glock pistol modified to fire like a fully automatic machine gun. 6 of these weapons were reported stolen from other states across the country, including Colorado, Pennsylvania, and Texas. TDA is a dangerous transnational gang that is specialized in murder, trafficking, and mayhem. This comes on the heels of the NYPD's participation in yesterday morning's action with our federal partners that led to the Bronx arrest of Anderson, Zambrano, Pacheco.
All right, internet. I think the internet's shut down here. Let's see what's going on here. All right. Anybody on there? Do we have problems? Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. How we doing here? Internet. Cox is down again. How's our internet, Lizette? Internet problems. Let's see what we got here. Let me check a few things here. All right. Yeah, we got an internet problem, I think. Let's see here. Yeah, something's going on. Oh, I see Janine. Antonio says hi. Okay, looks like it's back on. All right, guys. Looks like Cox is, I don't know if it's YouTube or Cox, but I am off the YouTube. Or excuse me, I am off the Wi-Fi. We'll get back to the development story. Richard, welcome in, Richard. John, thank you for letting me know I'm fine. JFF88, I see you. Okay, good. So we're going to get back on here.
For burglary and firearms.
I'll shut my big mouth.
As well as kidnapping, extortion, and menacing. I want to be extremely clear. The NYPD will always work with our federal and our local partners to take down international gangs like TDA who would wreak havoc on this city. Last week, we had a milestone of over 20,000 guns seized since Mayor Adams took office. And investigations like the one we are announcing today made that milestone possible. I want to thank the dedicated women and men of the NYPD who do this dangerous work. Each of these gun buys is a high-stakes gamble where a single misstep could mean the difference between life and death.
Hello, everybody. Welcome in the
Their
chat.
only protection is their wit, their training, and unseen backup ready to intervene at a moment's notice. Specifically, I want to commend Detective Villa and his entire team, especially the undercover detectives, for their work on this case, and to all the members of this department who make our city safer every day.
Yeah, I've been having problems here, Richard.
Anything to add?
I'd like to ask Chief Kenny, please.
Absolutely, John.
Good afternoon. As the commission was stating, this is truly a transnational gang that we see has ties all over New York City.
Horrible.
The Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, and Yonkers.
Open borders.
They
What you
also
got?
touch Florida, Georgia, Texas, Colorado, and Indiana. This crew alone has previous arrests for attempted murder, firearms trafficking,
I hear you, Billy.
assault on a police officer, gun possession, robbery, burglary, grand larceny, and sex offenses. And to be clear, during yesterday's case takedown, one of these perpetrators fractured the arm of one of the detectives so severely that he's scheduled to have surgery later this week. So I just want to thank John Sennett. I want to thank Belinda Katz and the police commissioner for your participation and cooperation in this case. Thank you very much.
Yes, the injury to the police officer upon the arrest this morning is under investigation and charges will most likely be followed. I also want to thank, besides John, Senate Barry Frankenstein, who is deputy. I want to thank Mr. Sanchez, Andre Sanchez, who is the lead ADA on this case. I would like to thank my chief assistant, Jennifer Nyberg, and Jerry.
They're not
Graves,
messing
who's the
around.
executive of investigations.
They're not messing
This
around.
took a lot of work, guys. This is an arrest, an indictment that took over a year of investigation. We convened a...
All right, guys, I'm going to pause it for a second. They are not messing around. Democrats, Republicans, police department have been waiting for a very long time. To be exact, 4 years. So, Las Vegas, where I live, it's so bad right now. Crime is so bad that people here in Las Vegas are moving away. But it's everywhere. It's in the, almost everywhere but the country, right? And even there. They had to kind of like stand like this, the police people, the captain, the governors, mayors, right? Democrat, Republican. Now you got a new sheriff in town, and it's Donald Trump. And he says, let's go. Let's get these bad people back to Venezuela, to Cuba, to Mexico, to China, and other parts of the world. Let's get them back. We're not looking to go into churches and this and that. Let's get these bad people, drugs, fentanyl, cocaine, that's killing, like somebody said, I believe, John and other people on this live chat, it's killing people, right? Let's get them back. He's not messing around. What did people think? Did the Democrats think that we were going to wait a year, 2 years, 3 years, or not happen? Do you think it was all fake? No. Trump needs to do this. Why? For us, for our kids, for our grandkids, for our partners, for our future. This has to be done, ladies and gentlemen. These are bad people. These are drugs. This is billion-dollar corporation, like Janine said earlier. This is serious. These people are dangerous. There's billions of dollars and little girls and boys and drugs and child trafficking. It's horrible. He's got to do this. We cannot feel sorry. And by the way, the ones that are coming here and they're trying, because there's some good people. Well, I hate to say it, I hate to be the bad guy. They have to go back too. But we welcome them to come back. Let me continue. Fly, work hard where they're from, come through the process, like the Irish, the Italians, back in the day. And then they don't have to speak perfect English. I've said this multiple times on live. I don't feel they do. But to work, pay taxes, pay into Social Security, and be part of the United States of America. So people think that Trump's the bad guy. He's the good guy. He's a good sheriff. For the last couple of years, we couldn't do an Italian ungats. And just for YouTube, it means nothing. Ungats. Nothing. So now we're doing something. We have a real leader, a real president, and leading our nation and getting these bad people. It's a shame. If border control dies and loses their life, police are getting shot at. We knew it wasn't going to be easy. Southern borders were wide open. Millions of people were crossing. It was like open sesame. Come on in. Just come on in. And they had to let them in. That was bad. And that's why the Democrats lost on a landslide. And that's why the Democrats will not win in the next 4 years. And that's why they will not win in another 4 years. Because it's going to take, in my opinion, 8, 12 years for that party to wake up. So we need two parties. We should, in my opinion. You got to have two parties, an independence. And maybe they'll wake up and say, you know what? We got to go back to American way. Just different, beliefs on both sides. This is the worst we've ever seen. The borders are wide open, and now Trump is shutting them down, and he's getting these bad people and bad off the street. And people are saying, oh, it's a shame. What's a shame? It's a shame. This is drugs. People are dying. American people are losing their lives. It's not a shame. We have to do this. Let's listen a little bit more. This is the commissioner, I believe.
Grand jury in order to make the presentation, in order to get the indictment. And I am very grateful that all of these guns are off the street today. We'll take questions on topic.
Bullets 408, welcome in. Bullet 408, hold on, guys. Oh, shit. I just screwed something up. Damn it. We lost everything. All right. Look, you're entitled to your own opinion, but let me just tell you something right now. The Italians can do farm work. I can do farm work. Okay? I will go out and do it for nothing. So I don't want to hear. I respect your opinion. I don't know what I just did. I lost everything, guys. I apologize. I hit something, and a whole YouTube TV went out. Try to get back into that. Anyhow, I'm not going to have a discussion over this.
And people, we are going to keep fighting and fighting and fighting until this cruel, evil program that causes such chaos from one end of America to the other is dead. Patty. Oh, wait, I forgot to mention one thing.
The threat and the chaos and the panic remains. And let's be clear, Trump's administration's half-hearted steps yesterday to clean up this massive mess they have made just affirms two things. One, they are still illegally withholding federal funds that are law. And two, this is an administration whose sheer incompetence, combined with their bad intentions and willful disregard of the law, is creating mass panic and chaos and hurting people everywhere. Their explanations have created no clarity or certainty for many panicked families, businesses, nonprofits, towns, and states. And they don't actually change the basic fact that Trump is holding up funding our communities are counting on, and funding that is law. Because first off, there are a lot of programs they are saying won't be affected, when that is not what organizations across the country are experiencing. Just one example, yesterday, Head Start providers were locked out of their reimbursement portal, meaning folks that are taking care of our youngest kids were suddenly not sure how they're going to keep the doors open or pay their teachers and staff. Rental assistance. The payment system for housing authorities was down yesterday. I checked again with my staff this morning. It is still down. And beyond that, there is just a long list of programs still left completely on the chopping block. Programs that help red states and blue states.
Exactly, Janine. You read my mind. Scary.
Tribe back in my home state of Washington told me just a little bit ago.
Welcome in, guys.
That they are having to determine if they need to lay off 400 people. Community health centers have been having difficulty drawing down their federal funds. Sometimes they are the only providers, especially in our rural or remote communities. It is the end of the month. They need to make payroll. There are real patients.
They love scaring people. You know what? That's a great comment. I should pin that on there. You know, that's a great comment. Hold on, let me just lower this for a minute. You know, what a great comment. It's all about scaring people, right? Great comment.
I mean, the list goes on and on. The calls are coming in, and the chaos, I'm here to tell you, has not died down this morning. There's really only one solution here in the Senate, and that is for all of us to stand up and say enough, to demand that President Trump revoke these reckless orders and recognize Congress. Congress has the power of purse. We will fight this in the courts, yes, but President Trump needs to back down from the
John H., great comment. I'm going back to some of the comments.
And just follow the law as Congress wrote it. This kind of freeze is going to hurt their states just as much, if not more. This is not a red or blue issue. And so, as Leader Schumer has said, we're going to keep sounding the alarm and pointing out who President Trump is hurting. We're going to listen to folks back home and raise their stories for everyone to hear. None of us were elected to hurt people or sow chaos. We are elected to help people and solve problems. I hope every member of Congress works with us to make that clear and work to tell President
She's
Trump,
reading our script.
The law is the law. Work to tell him that Congress is a co-equal branch of government and the executive is there to execute the laws Congress has written.
Kathy S., welcome in. I'll answer your comment in a little bit, Kathy. That's not the case. All right, listening.
Well, thank you. I won't read
Barbara, how are you?
the comments made by my colleagues here, except for the fact that all that is happening in my colleague states
All right.
is also happening.
I'm just going to bring everybody up to date what's going on.
This is clearly a national issue, and I think I speak for all of my colleagues. And
all right, we got two things going on, guys. Hello, I'm Sal, and welcome in the chat. God bless everybody. I hope you're doing well on this Wednesday. God bless everybody. Everybody has different opinions on here. You are 100% to disagree and voice your opinion. Democrat, Republicans, I have no problem. We shouldn't have a problem. What we're covering here is right now we got so many 20 arrested people, bad gangs. We got child trafficking. We got drugs, fentanyl, and Trump is not wasting any time. And the cities and states, Democrats and Republicans are on board getting these people, these bad men and women, back to Venezuela, Cuba, Mexico, China, Africa. Yes, the Italians too. I mean, get them back. The bad people. We can't have it. We can't have our kids, our grandkids, or even us, your partner, your wife, your husband. Can't have them. We can't have this. We have crazy people living here. We can't have more. So that's what we're covering. We're covering the southern border. It's $1 billion operation, and they're not going to go quietly, right, Janine? They're not going to go quietly, these drug cartels. They're going to, fight back, and Trump's going to continue to fight back with his crew. And this should have been done a long time. By the way, this was really bad the last 4 years, but Teresa Davis is in the house. Hello, Teresa. This has been going on since the 70s, 80s, and finally now we have somebody, love him, hate him, don't care. He has enough balls, excuse me, ladies, balls to do it. He's like an old Italian, old Irish guy. And that's why I voted for him. It's not about being Republican or Democrat. It's about protecting our borders. There's people here who are working now. Let's talk about the farms. Somebody talk about farms. I'm Italian. I worked on a farm, got paid 8 cents a rack. We can do the job. We can paint homes. Irish can paint homes. Blacks can paint homes. Gays can paint homes. Paint. We can do the work. We developed this. All of us, young people, can do the same work. We have no problem. So I don't want to hear who's going to do it. No, we can do it. People can do it. By the way, it's not that we don't want people coming here. We want them. You come here and come through the process. You don't have to speak perfect English for those who are coming in. I've said this a million times. But work hard, pay into Social Security, pay into taxes, have a beautiful home, have a couple dogs, and live American dream. Come, legal process, like my grandfathers did from Italy, Naples, and Sicily. So that's what we're talking about. And right now, we're also talking about the freeze. A lot of misconception. Now, somebody said on here about nursing homes. It's not going to affect Medicaid or Medicare. Those who are getting Medicare, Social Security, and a rider on Medicaid. I follow this stuff very closely. I looked into it. I wasn't 100% sure. Or SNAP benefits. It's frozen so they can see how many people are getting it that are illegal, and they just want to see where the money is going. Does that make sense? There's money that's been in the last administration for fish farms, for diagnose a cat, and all kinds of things that are not important for most of us, right? Democrat. So he wants to see, he meaning Trump. So that's why he's freezing this. You're going to get your Social Security next month if you haven't gotten it this month. You're going to get your Medicare. The hospital's going to be running. The SNAP benefits. Now, Meals on Wheels or something like that. My mom says, what about my Meals on Wheels? You're going to get that. That's one of the things they're just trying to get in there because there's a lot of Meals on Wheels going to these bad people and good people that are illegal, right? They were going to them and they had to feed them. You don't want them to die, right? So he's trying to figure this all out. Trump is 3 chess pieces. So you're going to get your Meals on Wheels. You're going to get your Medicare. Nursing homes are going to continue. We're going to wake up tomorrow. Your Social Security is going to come in. All that stuff. Matter of fact, Social Security is going to go up a little bit is what I'm hearing. I don't know how much, but I'm not a Social Security channel. All that stuff is going to be okay. CNN will add things on. Not all the journalism, but they're going to feed on this, and they're going to make things and make you worry. Like somebody else says in this chat, make you fear. Okay, don't worry about it. Trump is not going to get rid of Social Security. The Democrats are not going to get rid of Social Security. Social Security is going to be here for a while. If you were born in 1970, 1966, 1965, you're going to get your Social Security. And even if you're born after those years, 76, they're going to work it all out. So let's take a deep breath. And that's what they're going to be talking about right now. We're listening. So that's what we're talking about. I'll get back to both broadcasts here. Thank you. And by the way, guys, thank you so much for hitting a like. I appreciate 27 likes. We are a homeless channel. We help out the homeless and the vets. There's people that are Democrats on here who help out. I meet with representatives. I will have the privilege to meet with some of Trump's team in the upcoming weeks. And some of these people are good people that are Democrats that are on side to help the homeless. There's some Republicans who don't want to help. I call it as it is. I'm not one of those channels where it's Republicans. I'm open-minded. I'm Italian. I fire up and I'll get back. And I fight back to the Republicans as well. Okay? So that's what we do on this channel. Let's get back to the broadcast and then we're going to discuss more. Hello.
That are experiencing this grant funding pay for police, firefighters, which is something that is particularly problematic. One thing I haven't heard, but I've heard back in my state, there are even small businesses, especially those that get grants like the SBIR. Small businesses are worried, will I be able to make payroll? Do I need to worry about that? Do I need to tell my employees that? And small businesses, as all of my colleagues believe,
Excuse me.
heart and soul of our economy. It's where the rubber meets the road in terms of our local communities, and they're very fearful about what this could mean for them. Road, bridge construction coming to a halt. And what does that do? It raises the cost as well. More taxpayer money will be needed to complete these vital projects because of this chaos being created by President Trump. Heating assistance. I'm a cold state in Michigan. Heating assistance is also one that people worry a great deal.
All right, let's talk about the heating assistant. All right, hold on, guys. First of all, welcome in, everybody. God bless you. I hope you're doing well. Crystal, hello, Crystal. It's always a pleasure to see you on here. Heating assistance, what this man's going to say, I'm pretty sure, I'm just guessing, there's not taking away. What a heating assistant is part of a part of a welfare program. So remember back on the pandemic, I actually got some heating assistance. I couldn't believe it. I was embarrassed, but I got it. When we couldn't work, remember there was no unemployment at the time. Everything was all mixed up. Let's fast forward. What heating assistant is generally for people who are having, gone through some rough times, low income, people who are just struggling, right? They're not taking that away. You're not going to wake up and your electric bill is not going to get paid. And theoretically, and I quote, let's just say something did happen. They're not going to just wake up and do it on one day and turn your electric off or turn your power off. But a heating assistant is for gas, electric, to help you out for a couple months, for a year, to get you on your 2 feet. So when we had the pandemic, I think a lot of us, I'll speak for myself, I needed some assistance, So that's what this is. So now they're going to turn it on to heating assistance. They're not going to touch your Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, heating assistance, or anything like that. They're just freezing it to see where all this wasteful money is gone into the migrants, millions of migrants, and then it leads into our next subject. We have people, drug cartels and gangs that are getting arrested in Colorado, in New York, in Chicago, in Las Vegas. So we have a new sheriff in town because before the police department couldn't do nothing because if they did, they got lawsuits. There was lawsuits after lawsuits after lawsuits. Now he's taking over. But right away, Trump's the bad guy, right? Oh, he's mean. He's getting these poor people back, these poor kids. What are they going to do? They got to go back. They got to go back and come through the process. And then they can come here and work hard like the person who cleaned my house, the people who washed the cars and your cars and landscaping and that kind of stuff. Let's get back to this. Okay. Thank you.
That wind has just come through, but I think it's important.
Oh, your refrigerator, freezer, and went, Crystal?
We know that this is not.
Oh, I've got a replacement refrigerator and freezer through air conditioner from the energy assistance. Yeah, good.
Appropriated. We saw this same battle play out when Richard Nixon was.
All right, now here we go.
Richard Nixon.
Now, here we go. I don't hear it. Now, hold on. So now, I got to take a deep breath. Now they're making like he's Nixon. Trump is not Nixon. This is not Watergate. You see, this is only the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you support Donald Trump or not, this is only the beginning. All he did was froze some things, and now they're comparing him as Nixon. Kenneth Garrow, what's happening? Kim Smith is in the house. Crystal's in the house. Mark Travis, God bless you. How's Mark doing tonight? I'll read some comments. We'll get back to this. Julie says hello, and Julie, hello back. I like how they threw that little YouTube. Shout out to YouTube with the little hand gesture. Hello, that's cool. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate everybody. Everybody has different opinions. Kim's in the house. and on there. And by the way, you can be 100% disagree with me. I'm just giving you what I know and what I feel, what I hear, and stuff like that. And it's actually a lot of it's on the Google and printed out. And Lynn's in the house. We also got weather stripping and fix our leaky back sink too. Yeah, that was all what we were discussing about this heating assistance. So they're not stopping any of that. Let's see here. Let's go. They stopped 50 million that were sending condoms to Gaza. Thank you, Ken. Yeah, so, a lot of people, we get mixed up on this. And Teresa Davis, how are you, Teresa? And thank you. Appreciate that, guys. Yes. By the way, my wife is on her way back tonight. I'll be picking her back. So we're going to be giving out real quick. We all like goodies, right? Let's just be honest. My wife has got a bunch of coffee we're going to give out. We're going to have a little contest. Not tonight. It's going to be too late. Probably Friday, I'm thinking. We're going to give out at least 2 to 3 to my moderators. And then we're going to give out 1 or 2 to random subscribers on that particular live. So make sure you check in the lives. Probably going to do this on Friday. She'll be coming back. Maribel will be coming back. She's happy to be back. And by the way, I bring it up for other reasons too. Henry's in Vegas is because we're going to be doing a big event on probably Friday. Because I've been doing a homeless by myself. And it's been a little bit hard to try to do it. So me, my wife, and my daughter cooking all the foods. We're not getting off the topic, guys. This is a homeless channel. We help out the homeless. I've been giving them hamburgers and subs and pizza. And as best I can. But my wife's the one who knows how to cook these empanadas and burritos and things like that. So she'll be back, and that's what we'll do. Yes, I need her. I am lost without her, Janine, but I'm not lost without my great moderators on here tonight. I greatly appreciate it. Now, we're going to go back to this. By the way, you can disagree. Just be no hate speech on any of the moderators or anybody else on here. Hate. That's all I ask for, guys. All right, let's listen in.
Back funding for key programs that went to court. There was a Supreme Court decision that rejected that, Train versus City of New York. It said the president cannot withhold, in that case, water protection funding. There were other cases more recently in 1998, Clinton versus New York, where the Supreme Court determined that the president cannot unilaterally cancel appropriations that were made by Congress. But this administration doesn't believe that. They believe that they can determine what's constitutional, not the Supreme Court. In fact, we had Mr. Vogt before my committee. We have joint jurisdiction with budget over OMB, particularly for personnel matters. And I was stunned by Mr.
Talk about the grant freeze, guys. The grant freeze.
Asked him how he and his
federal
past
grant
when he worked in the first administration withheld funding that also hurt people. We've seen this play out before. If you recall the hurricane in Puerto Rico, it was Mr. Vogt, Mr. Trump, that would not send money to victims of a massive hurricane in Puerto Rico. Families who were hurting, families who didn't know.
All right, that is simply not true. I got to stop it again. I know, guys, you go all boo me. That's simply not true. My wife is coming back from Puerto Rico right now. He's referring to the Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico, one of the biggest hurricanes ever. That is simply not true. That is another lie. The money was funded. He had to make sure from the government at the time. Puerto Rico, in case you don't know, we have a Republican. They have a Republican Democrat. A Republican Party, a Democrat Party. And at the time, there was a Democrat, I believe, don't quote me on this, a governor. Anyhow, it was simply, this is not true, okay? And he did not, Trump helped out Puerto Rico. It was a process they had to do. Now, did he go real quick on it at the time, Trump? Maybe he could have speed things up. But it's simply not true that they didn't get any help. This is another fake news, CNN, CNBC, and that kind of stuff. It's a shame. That upsets me, guys. And, Fox, on the other hand, they do some stuff too. Let me just be open-minded. Fox does some stuff too, where they call out. It's a game. It upsets me. It's like, where the hell is reporting the news? I recommend you go to Wall Street or News Nation, that kind of stuff. Maybe you get some news or come over to my station. I don't know. But let's listen in. It's simply not true.
And they withheld funding. It's mean, it's cruel, it's unconstitutional. And when I pressed Mr. Vogt, he said, well, the Empowerment Act is unconstitutional. I don't know anywhere.
Yeah, Newsmax's pretty fair, Mr. Travis.
And unconstitutional. And when I pressed him on that, he said, well, the president does. And I go, why does the president have that power? He said, because he won an election. Because he won an election, he has.
Yeah, let's talk about that, Janine. Exactly.
Say, this is unconstitutional. I'm going to do what I want. Mr. Trump believes, President Trump believes.
Let's talk about that, Janine. Exactly.
Full fund this program and that and this program, and I don't care what Congress has said. We know the legal authority is very clear. It's a very concerning development. We know court cases can take time, and people who depend on this money do not have time. Firefighters do not have time. Senator Murray mentioned fires still occur. People in small businesses, they got to make a payroll. Many people who work in those businesses literally live paycheck to paycheck. And you're putting them in an unconscionable position. And I fear that what we're going to see out of OMB is can make this problem even worse as we're looking at personnel issues, which are before my committee and the government services aspect of HISGAC, where there's now so-called buyout programs.
Yeah, Richard, it's just, Richard, first of all, I hope you're doing well.
Civil servants, professional civil servants in agencies
upsetting.
Across the government. And their plan under Schedule F is to replace them with political cronies that will only do the bidding of President Trump and Mr. Vogt.
Haman, yeah.
We've also played that before. If you remember, we have a civil service system because in the 1800s, we had basically a patronage system in our government where we had unqualified people who were inept, they were corrupt, and now President Trump wants to bring that back. He wants inept, corrupt people that are just 100% loyal to him.
Janine, high five.
And the end result is that everyday people are going to be hurt, which is why we have to fight it.
All right.
Reimer.
All right, so we're going to pause that a little bit, guys.
You mentioned
And we're going to we're going to go back to a developing story, ladies and gentlemen, on the 20 arrests during ICE raids in New York. So listen in.
Invasion in Aurora, Colorado. Officials say he was hiding out here in New York City and wanted for multiple violent crimes, including burglary, kidnapping, extortion, and firearms possession. Photos show another raid happening on Creston Avenue in the Bronx. Homeland Security officers can be seen escorting a man down the street in handcuffs, surrounded by cameras and other law enforcement agents. So far, we know that man is a Dominican national, but we're waiting on more information from ICE. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem
So, for those who are coming in, we were just talking about the Grand Freeze, and we're going to go over that a little bit more at the bottom of our hour. But right now, we have these illegal ICE raids in the Bronx, in Chicago, in Vegas, in your neck of the woods. They're all over. We have had millions. We had open borders. It was just on steroids, theoretically. Horrible. And some of these people were bad in gangs and killing our kids, our grandmoms, our partners, right? Our wives, our husband. It's out of control. It's a $1 billion operation. It's about money. And these people are not going to sit down quietly, as Janine says and some other subscribers said, right? They're going to fight back because it's their money and they've got to feed their family. But these bad people need to be arrested and sent back to their countries. And we shouldn't see these people on the street again, unless they get some professional and help. This is a serious problem, ladies and gentlemen. So you think Trump was just going to sit down and have a cigar and not worry about this? He means business. And they're from Iran and Iraq, too, which is very serious because that's a whole nother subject where they could be planning another attack on American soil. When you have open border, you're going to have these people come over. And I said that, you also had some nice, hardworking people. And yes, I feel bad. But unfortunately, they got to come over legally, like Irish, Italians, and our grandfathers. What do you think our grandfathers and grandmoms and great-grandparents are looking down, right? And what do you think they're saying? It's bad. This is out of control. China and fentanyl to Mexico and to here. These people were walking over dressed like me with blue jeans, T-shirts, sports jackets coming over. And now they're shooting back, raids, gangs on the southern border. You guys remember, we've seen it on YouTube. I had a couple videos or on some great channels. Some great YouTube channels were covering open borders. There's one guy, he was right there on the southern border, okay? And he was there. He had some great footage, and they were actually throwing stuff at him. And they were coming over like nothing. And the border control had to do this. You ready? They had to turn their head and basically let him over. This is what the Biden, Kamala Harris administration, Nancy Pelosi, Barack Obama has done for the last 4 years. We just can't have it. End of it. And we're going to get back to the freeze and the Grand Freeze because these guys, I don't know what the hell he's saying, but it's just because they don't like Trump. They're mad, they're jealous, and that's the end of it. And if they're so mad, won't they fix the party and get the party back? And that's how you get back the party. All right, let's listen into this right here.
Led the charge, saying that agents are doing exactly what President Trump promised the American people, taking violent criminals off the streets. Yesterday, she addressed her staff for the very first time and laid out her vision for the department.
I'm hoping all of us will be a beacon of freedom, of light, and of hope. That when people look at us, they don't just see people who are there in a time of crisis or conflict, but we're also people that bring a smile to people's faces and remind them what America is about.
Mayor Adams has limited his public schedule this week due to illness, but addressed the raids in a post to X, writing in part, "As I have repeatedly said, we will not hesitate to partner with federal
Crystal, thank you so very much.
to justice."
Stop that. Thank you so much, Crystal. High five, fist bump. Appreciate the love on here. Thank you. Nice high five, fist bump to my moderator who's been with me from day one. Appreciate that so very much. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Crystal. Let's listen in a little bit more of the immigration rage that's happening in our neck of the woods. And it's very dangerous. And Trump's got the best of the best to get the bad guys, bad girls back to their countries. Get them back there. We don't want them here. We don't want them around us, our kids, our schools, our churches, our supermarkets, our streets. We got to get them back. $1 billion. And we got to find out how many poor people, right, who are behind this. Some of these people that he contacted American people here, and how these people are also behind some of this. And by the way, the Americans they're corrupted in this shit too, then they need to be behind bars too. I don't care if they're Italian, Irish, white, black, gay, hillbilly, whatever. They need to be prosecuted too, because some of those people have been connected to some of these drug cartels and migrants, and those people need to be incarcerated and put in jail as well. But thank you, Crystal.
Our commitment to protecting our city's law-abiding residents, both citizens and immigrants, remains unwavering. Now, ICE agents also notified police that they have immigration warrants out for 2 people in Sleepy Hollow. That's up in Westchester County. It's unclear, though, if those people have been detained. For now, we're live, though, in Washington Heights. Dan and Tashani, back to you.
So we're going to continue.
Thank you very much.
Let me pause this real quick. Sorry. 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue to hear this in the next few hours. I don't mean on this live. We're going to hear this for the days to come, the weeks to come. And I think people are shocked. Democrats, people are shocked that they thought that Trump was just going to not do anything, right? I think they really thought that they'll be fine. But I can tell you this. I know some people that are scared. I know people that, without mentioning names, here in Las Vegas, who have people that are illegal working for them, and they are scared, and they're hiding out. They're hiding. And look, I think what Trump wants is the bad people sent back, and then we'll worry about the rest. But they're scared. I was on Las Vegas Strip a little bit today. It is a slow time right now, but the ones who are making hot dogs, and they're working. They weren't the bad ones, but you don't see them right now. They would hand out cards to go to certain gentleman clubs. You don't see that anymore. They're hiding out. Where are they? Where are they? What hotel? Did they go back on their own? Are they scared? Are they hiding out? Where are they at? On the streets? I can tell you, this is a homeless channel. We help out the homeless. I'm seeing more homeless, and I'm recognizing more people. Now, some could just be homeless that are coming from California, our neighbor states, but some are out on the streets, right? I'm referring to the migrants. So again, these bad guys right here that we're looking at, many of them are getting arrested. And that's what we're talking about. And they are behind. We don't want them on the streets. And Trump is the new sheriff in town, and he is not playing around. His team and Trump is not playing around to get these people like these 2 right here. And the list continues. And these 4 right here. And that guy right there, right? And here's more right here. Look, they belong behind bars and put back to their country. Let their country deal with it. We have enough of our own problems, right? We got enough of our own problems. We also got to fight 2 wars right now. Trump's trying to get those wars ended, right? But we just can't have what's happening right now. We cannot have it, and it has to stop. But I really believe that people were waiting. I thought that Trump was just going to sit back and not do anything. It's crazy. All right, what we got here? All right, this was earlier too. Let's see this video here. Hold on, guys, 1 second.
What we're doing is we're targeting the worst first, right? That's who we're getting. We're focusing on those targets, and this administration has kind of taken some of the handcuffs off of us in a way, right? Where we're leaving the discretion with our officers, and our officers are trained to make good decisions out there, and we support them.
That was an ICE agent in Chicago where the Trump administration began its crackdown on illegal immigration while ICE tackles the issue in cities across the country. Daily encounters at the southern border are falling dramatically.
Look at this number, guys. 94. Almost 95%. 94.7 to be exact. Immigration crackdown. Do you guys think in the chat that we should just let him, just let him go? I mean, how? We can't.
Dramatically under the new administration. Take a look at these numbers. 11,000 daily encounters under Biden in December, down to just 582 per day this month.
Wow.
Alexis McAdams live in New York City, where the administration ramped up raids today. And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, complete with flak jacket, was on the ground there today and witnessed it all.
Hey, John, that's right. Yeah, she rolled out with those ICE crews at like 3 o'clock in the morning in New York City. This comes as these teams were trying to target the worst criminals first, looking for migrants, they say.
Scott, great comment.
Crimes.
Here in New York City this morning, we are getting the dirt bags off these streets.
Nope.
It's cheaper to deport than support. Hold on. Scott. Guys, there's some great comments on these lives, and that comment gets a high five fist bump. Absolutely, Scott. Absolutely. I feel the same.
Noem sharing photos of herself out on the raids. The DH.
Every school here, and what's that? How do you pronounce it? Tulare County, California, is on high alert at all schools for ICE agents, including our daughter's school right now. And high alert. High alert. Let me just, that was a great comment, Scott. It's so true. And it's simply, I know what Scott's saying. Well, it's Mr. YouTuber. It's just simply the truth. It is. And like my mom, I love my mom. She's a moderate Democrat. I feel sorry for the kids. I said, Mom, I do too. I think most of us feel sorry for the kids, right? But, they got to get back safe, these children. Look, for those who are coming in, do you guys know housekeepers that we have that she is legal, the one I have, who is doing really well? She went from electric bike to a Toyota and is living and renting a nice house in Las Vegas. She says, me like a Trump. I like your signs outside. I am legal. Me and my husband working hard. God bless her. I had to go through the process. I quote from Maria. Me and my husband and my beautiful kids. We came through the process. My English is not too good. I said, your English is fine for me. I'm legal. How many other people feel that they had to come here legal from Mexico, Venezuela, China, and come through the process? And now you got these people. And then you add to the gangs, cartels, traffic. This is nuts, guys. We're not going to have anything left. People are getting hooked on this fentanyl. And then we have the cocaine and all these other terrible, terrible drugs that I can't even pronounce. We got to put our foot down. But I really believe that people thought, Trump's he won't do that. He won't do any of this. Oh, he won't open the pipelines either. Yes, that's happening too. Oh, he won't stop the wars. The wars are fine. Yes, he's going to negotiate and stop the wars too. Guys, you've been following me for a while. Crystal, Janine, who else? Mike is on here. What have I said? A lot of people said this will take a year. I said he's going to get this stuff done in 6 months. And he's getting a lot of it done now. But this is big. The cartel members, We can't have them in our towns, our schools, like Crystal says, in our neck of the woods. We can't have it. We got enough to worry about, our own Americans, our own families, and kooky, in a lot of craziness that's happening here. We cannot have. Let's listen a little bit more to this.
Vote said about the president.
Whoops, sorry. The wrong. Oh. All right. Oh. There you go.
Secretary says she's doing exactly what President Trump promised the American people he would do. This was a multi-agency effort.
Thank you, John H. I appreciate that, John.
Violent criminals who are just not supposed to be in the country in the first place, like this Venezuelan migrant who was taken into custody out in the Bronx this morning, identified by DHS as Anderson Zambrano Pacheco. Pacheco arrested on kidnapping, assault, and burglary charges. Sources telling us he's part of the South American gang Tren de Aragua. I feel like I've heard about that more in a few months than I did ever before. He had a warrant out for his arrest in connection to that viral takeover at an apartment complex in rural Colorado. You can see the migrants there. They're going up to these rooms and doors with guns. So that was just some of the people that were taken into custody. John.
All right, Alexis McAdams for us. Alexis, thank you so much.
I'm Steve Ducey. I'm Brian
So
Kilmer.
there you go.
And click here.
This is the giant king crab leg that all the food bloggers are raving about. Freshly sourced from Hokkaido. These king crabs are available in limited supply.
By double digits, and what I can tell you is that most people voted for cheaper eggs. They did not vote for this chaos. And people are
All right.
absolutely beside themselves with what's going on out there. And yesterday,
Eggs. They're talking about eggs.
despite what
Eggs.
the White House has said, enormous numbers
Well
of
said,
people
Janine.
in states,
Well
in
said.
red and blue states, were impacted by this. And I think it's probably smart to start with Medicaid, because it has such an enormous impact, especially on rural states.
Here we go with Medicaid again.
Medicaid obviously impacts poor kids and is how they oftentimes access healthcare. It's also how we finance much of the nursing home system.
Oh, here we go. Nursing homes.
All of that was thrown up in the air yesterday as our portals were locked down and reimbursement stopped. Now, by the end of the day, they said, oh, no, Medicaid, we didn't mean that. Well, why?
Oh, hold on. That's aggravating. Hold on.
All of us.
Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I know. They never. I got to get some light. Hold on. They never discussed, they said Medicare. They never said Medicaid was going to be frozen. It's simply not true. Simply not true. They're freezing government things to find out exactly where the money is going. We have a lot of wasteful money simply the last year, 2, 3, and 4 years. And Trump and his team has got the best of the best. He's not here to take away your Medicaid, your Medicare, Part B, I think it's Part B, and your Social Security that you worked hard for. In fact, on Social Security, what he wants to do and he wants to implement is no tax on Social Security. No tax. By the way, we should not pay tax on a Social Security because we've been paying tax on Social Security, most of us from 18 and earlier. So it's actually breaking the law. They're stealing, in my opinion, our money. So he's actually helping Social Security in many ways. So it's just simply not true on a lot of these things. SNAP benefits. Your SNAP benefits are going to be fine as long as you're given the documents, your tax returns, and you're showing, you know, the what you're making, and nothing has changed. You should be getting your SNAP benefits, right? And heating assistance programs is not going to change. Okay, it has nothing to do with the price of gas. And speaking of gas, our gas and oil should be going down and down and down to a reasonable $1.88, under $2 per gallon nationwide. Now, here in Vegas, it's going to be above that. So he is for us. Let me just share this with you guys. We'll go back. Who remembers, how can we forget, when Trump was president and he implement PUA, Pandemic Unemployment Insurance, whatever it was, PUA, to self-employed. He says, let's give out $600 federal. And let's have a program that you get whatever your tax returns were from the previous years. Trump, he helped the middle class, hardworking people like most of us. He did not take away SNAP benefits. He helped. Nancy Pelosi says Trump was too high. Do you remember the stimulus checks? Trump wanted this, right? Guys, do we forget? I got notes. So he goes here. Correct me if I'm wrong, mods. Was it $1,200 a lot of people got? Remember, he goes 16. Nancy goes, no. So the Democrats who once were for the working people back in, I'll go back as far as Clinton, which was kind of a party, right? It's not. They're not your friend at all. Their friends are who? Their own. Not even the immigrants that you guys think are their friends for the votes. All they wanted was to kiss their butts to get their votes. And then once they got their votes, by the way, the day after Kamala lost and Trump won, they froze their credit cards, those meaning the immigrants. So Trump, let's go back. Trump took care. SBA loans, Donald Trump. PUA, who the hell would implement a PUA? I thought it was a flower from Hawaii. He says, let's give out money. Nancy goes, let's give $100. No, they got to live. You want to close down the nation, we got to help the people out. So he did that. He's not out to take away your SNAP benefits. He wants you to be successful. I'm sure he wants you to try to be a better American and get off the government assistance and go out and make money and live American dream. But he's not here to take away those programs. It's simply false. Or Medicaid program. He knows how important it is. Now, at the same time, I think we need to work on insurance and make it comfortable for all. I'm waiting for a president to do that. So hopefully they'll straighten that out. But I'm not going to get into that on this live. But it's simply not all accurate information. These are politicians, representatives. I don't even know who the hell this guy is, who just doesn't like Trump. And that's it. We're going to go back and listen to it anyhow. So thank you. Welcome in. I appreciate the 50 likes and the donations from Crystal. I appreciate all John H. and everybody else who has hit the like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Let's listen in a little bit more.
Our Medicaid portal shut down at the same time?
No.
And this is true of, despite what I've seen the White House say on cable news this morning, Head Start and nonprofits who serve
Scott, hold on, Scott.
Sexual
Am I picking on you, Scott? Hold on, Scott.
Do housing in our
Scott, you read my mind. I was going to say it. Scott, real quick. Welcome in, Scott. Barack Obama, correct me if I'm wrong, Scott, or anybody in here. I might be off. But I remember when he was president, he gave out $50 unemployment. By the way, it wasn't for self-employed people. Nobody who was self-employed got self-employed unemployment unless they paid into it. But I think he gave out $50, Scott, or am I wrong? Can somebody correct me? It was a 50 or 25. The Scott says Obama gave us a stimulus. I know you said stimulus, Scott. I'm reading your comment. I know you said stimulus 250 once. Ungats in Italian. By the way, YouTube, ungats means nothing. Look, simply they don't care. Some do care. Joe Manchin? I think Joe Manchin was reasonable. Some other ones care. But yes. All right. I missed a lot of messages. Little Cheesy says, yeah, $25. Yeah. Little Cheesy, yeah, who's been here for very long. Shout out to Little Cheesy. She went with me from the unemployment years. But yeah, simply, Trump is not the bad guy. Trump is a decent guy with a little ego, because we all have a little ego. Yes, me too. We all do. He's not a bad guy. Is he perfect? No, he's not perfect. He's not God. Will he make mistakes? Yes. Will I call him out? Yes. But he's simply for the middle class people. So, yes. All right. But yeah, that's what Barack Obama gave. Basically nothing. Basically nothing.
You just look at New Mexico alone. Let me walk you through some of the programs that were impacted yesterday. The New Mexico High Intensity Drug Trafficking Area Program. This is the law enforcement coordination program that we use to go after cartels and fentanyl trafficking. They could not access their funds yesterday. Is that what we want? We want our law enforcement cut off from the funds that allow us to attack the fentanyl problem and go after the cartels who are profiting off that. Schools were thrown up in the air as would they be able to pull down their grant money, and do they need to start making decisions immediately about other services because they won't have those grant fundings? Here's one that really pisses me off. Sexual assault services in Northwest New Mexico. I heard from the primary nonprofit that provides sexual assault services in.
Oh, was I right, Scott? Wow.
Part of my state.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
They told me yesterday.
I don't mean to appreciate that I'm right, but thank you for responding.
This memo directly threatens our ability to serve survivors of sexual assault. These survivors cannot wait for a pause while a federal agency analyzes the funding that enables us to provide them with life-saving services. They need our help now, in the immediate wake of the most traumatic and difficult moments of their lives. That kind of sums up just how ridiculous this order was and how it threw the most basic services into question yesterday. I talked to a tribe as well. I talked to a number of tribes. We heard from all corners of Indian country in our state yesterday. One of the Pueblos told me they are still locked out of their housing funding even after the judge's order took effect. So they are still locked out, and people who have given up their previous housing, given up rental agreements.
Hold on, that's another great comment. I love to see immigrants
because all of their funding has been frozen.
Get ahead when they do it legally.
Disaster assistance.
You know what?
This one
just another great comment on here. I'm piggyback with that.
We have had unprecedented disasters recently in New Mexico. We had huge fires in both the northern and southern parts of our states, and the floods that come after those fires.
We're going to go back to that in a little bit, guys. Just come on in. I'm going to freeze that for a second. If you're just coming in, they're talking about the grant freeze. We're coming towards the bottom part of our hour. And simply, a lot of it's not true. Some of it's true, but none of it's not true. They're not touching Medicaid. The best of my knowledge, I've spoken to representatives. It's on Google. Just go to Google, right? And I was right about the $50. Look, it's simply not true. Some of it, again, if you're just coming in, the grant freeze is just a lot of misinformation. And probably they should explain it better. Maybe Trump's team, I'm calling them all out, should explain it better, right? But he's not out to get your Medicaid, your Medicare, your Social Security, your SNAP benefits, your electric sources, and that kind of stuff. Now, we're going to go back to a bigger problem right now. A bigger problem than that. It's 3,000 arrests were made, and we got the $1 million operation from drug cartels, and they're being arrested. And the goal for the administration is to get, don't quote me on this, I think it was around 1,800 to 2,000 a day arrested and brought back to Mexico, Venezuela, and China, and other parts of the country. Some bad people, men and women, are involved in this $1 million fentanyl, cocaine racketeer. It's really, really bad. So we're going to listen in to another clip here. I have not. It's from News Nation. Let's take a look. Get some volume. I'm sorry.
Continuing their wave of deportations, the very latest in New York City, where Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem rode along with ICE officers. The Big Apple, one of nearly 24 cities from coast to coast that have been targeted to remove people illegally in this country. News Nation's Laura Ingle live for us in New York. Laura, what more can you tell us about how these operations are being carried out?
Hi, Nicole. Well, it does appear that we're going to be seeing a lot more of this in the foreseeable future, with ICE raids expected to last through today into the week. That is according to the Department of Homeland Security. And as we have been watching this all unfold starting this week, we've seen a lot of law enforcement out on the streets. ICE agents expected to carry out more enforcement operations in New York. That is according to our sources who say the sweeps are aimed really at arresting migrants accused of committing crimes.
John H., great comment, John. Susu's in the house. Hello, Susu. Hope you're doing well. Great comment, John H. Another good comment.
Yeah, we're going to increase the number of teams because we want to get those deportation numbers up. We want to get the rest up. Like I say, we got last count, there's like 700,000 illegal aliens in this country.
Real cheese is doing well. Thank you.
That's our number one target.
Make America great again, baby. Forrest is in the house. What's up, Forrest?
Yeah, yesterday, heavily armed federal immigration agents picked up roughly 30 accused illegal migrant criminals. That is including accused killers and traffickers in the first wave of deportation raids of President Trump's crackdown. The newly minted Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, who you mentioned, went along for the ride with SWAT agents on Tuesday, which began in the Bronx and also included a suspected leader with the Argentinian gang TDA.
Mike Davis, welcome in and great comments.
Pacheco was a top
They're all going bye-bye, like this person right here.
Charges and a home
Janine, bye-bye. Okay, so there you have it. They're cracking down. We have a new sheriff in town. He's not messing around. I really think people out there said, he won't do this. He'll get a few back. Maybe a couple of them came over the last couple of months. No, he's getting, bye-bye. He's getting them back. Protect us. Because places like Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, my hometown, Jersey, it's not safe. They're taking over the homes, the houses. We got enough to worry about our own families and our craziness in our towns. Towns, Irish and whites and gays. We got to worry about these people. No, they need to go back, get them back, and rest. And the goal is 18. Sorry, guys, I have a little bit of allergies. Sorry, excuse me. I know that's annoying. I don't like it when people do it, but I mean, but yeah, we got to get these people back there. He's not messing around. They're working overtime, and she's a badass. These people are badass. These people he has, Trump, and he's working. I don't know where he gets all his energy at, but he's ready to go. This has been a problem for many, many years. Many years. Not just a year, but most recently, last 4 years has been totally out of control. How do you feel about going to some of these cities in Washington, trying to go for a bike ride in New York, right? When the weather's nice, you walk around and worry about these people trying to take your purse and, trying to kill you. You're not just kids, but grandmoms and us. It's an addiction. Once you do this stuff, it's hard to stop. We simply can't have it here. Let them do it in their country. Let their countries work on it and get them, not us. We don't need it. So we're going to be hearing more about this in the days, weeks, months to come. Hopefully it's over very soon. All right.
Invasion in Colorado, in addition to multiple crimes, including kidnapping, extortion, and menacing in Colorado and here in New York. And while these raids are making news, of course, New York Governor Kathy Hochul said the arrests this week aren't really new because ICE raids have been happening in the state of New York for some time. We're just seeing a lot more attention to it, obviously, for the uptick in those arrests this week. Nicole?
All right, Laura Ingle live for us there in New York City. Laura, thank you. And thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't.
So we're going to go back. Let me read some comments, guys. Let me get caught up on some comments, guys, real quick. And let me actually get a little light on here. Welcome in, guys. I am Sal, your host, and thank you so much for the support, donations on this channel, the likes, and all the love. We hit 20,500 subscribers, all because of you guys. Let me look in the camera. Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself, and so I thank you so very much, all the moderators, great moderators. Shout out to all the moderators. They know who they are from being here and supporting the station. Now, we're going to get back to a little bit of the grant freeze and what is actually going on with that, because a lot of misinformation on that as well. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the wars that are happening right now. Yeah, we got the wars. Now, what I'm hearing, and my sources are, real quick, are Trump is working on that too. He's working on ICE, which is getting these bad people off the street. He's working on getting the money in California to get the fires and get these homes built. We still have fires going on there. He wants to do a thorough investigation in New Jersey with drones. That's still going on. He wants to cover and unravel documents on 1963 John F. Kennedy. Did I say R? John F. Kennedy. He wants to get the information, what the people deserve, who is behind it. I'm pretty sure who I think who's behind it, but he wants the people to see it in black and white. Was the CIA connected with the mob, organized Italian mob? So he's working on that as well. He's got to keep his marriage together. He's got to keep himself together. In addition, He wants to make America great, common sense, freedom of speech. Again, Merry Christmas. If you believe in God, you believe in God. If you don't believe in God, we don't judge. And all that stuff. He's got a great team wrapped around him. There's a few of them I don't particularly care of. I'm not going to name them out right now on this live, but majority of them I like. And get this nation back. The biggest one I like him to do, other than make us, pipelines, is to find out who was behind his own assassination. Maybe a lot of you feel that that's not important. I feel it is, because we know it wasn't that one person involved. I want to know who was behind his own assassination. So hopefully we get some information on the weeks, months, days, years on that as well. And again, if you're coming across this station, oh, here we go, one of those Trump channels. No, we are not one of those Trump channels. Everybody on here is welcome. I respect your opinion. I don't have all the right answers. And at times I have a big mouth. You can disagree. All we ask for is no hate on anybody on here, no race stuff. I don't like that kind of stuff or any of that kind of stuff. Now, we're going to listen a little bit more to the grant freeze on air. Hopefully we get a little more explanation, but I will, for those who are coming in, if you get any kind of SNAP benefits from the government, they're not going to be taken away. As long as you file and you file correctly and you give the information, it's nothing. Well, Mr. YouTuber, Mr. Sal with all the answers, why is this frozen? Simply to find out why and who was getting these benefits as far as immigrants. So they need to calculate. It's like an audit on his own self. It's like myself. Let me find out. I'm spending money on DirecTV. I have YouTube TV, right? I haven't been to the dentist in 2 months. It's all this stuff that you're trying to gut out. Clothes everywhere, right? I'm trying to make a point. So he's just trying to find out. There's been money that was going to smelts and fish farms. It's the truth. A lot of wasteful money. So he's just trying to clean up where they can take some of this money, right? And help out the deficit. Because right now, hopefully, because no president that I could think of has really hit the deficit. Bill Clinton did a decent job. I say it as it is. So he's just trying to do that. He's simply not trying to hurt anybody. And then I'm hearing, well, he's trying to take poor kids that are going to school and getting, help me out. Is it called free lunch? No, he's not going to have people going to schools and say, stop free lunch. That's simply not true. He would not do that. They're making like he is a bad guy, doing this. Oh, we're going to stop free lunch like tomorrow. No, we're going to turn people's powers off the next day or the next month because they're not going to get energy assistance. So it's just a bunch of stuff that's not true. Now, on the flip side, maybe Trump's team should have explained it quicker. I mean, maybe they should have came out very quick because of the reporting that was coming out and said A, B, C, D quicker. So this stuff wouldn't happen. But other than that, it's simply not true, most of it. We're going to listen a little bit more into it. Thank you so much for you guys coming in. We're going to work live for like another 10, 15 minutes and listen in to more of the grant freeze here. So take a look. And we get some value, and that would help.
As of this morning, we were asking FEMA if these funds are still paused or not, and their answer to us was, we don't know. So you're going to tell people who are the victim of these fires, one of which was actually the result of actions of the federal government that impacted these communities, that we're going to hold up your disaster assistance.
You're welcome, Boogie.
Until we figure
Boogie Johnson, you're welcome. Welcome in. Thank you.
Giving you that funding is somehow woke. I mean, this is just ridiculous, folks. So my message to all of you and to the administration is simple. Let's follow the law. Let's get back to democracy, and let's get back to work for the American people who just want to be able to go about their lives without this chaos.
Thank you, my colleagues. First, I wanted to make 2 more points. So you've heard we're hearing from people from every corner of our states. But we are also, I was today on a Zoom with about 50 TV stations in New York. We are urging, I did, and we are all urging.
Welcome in, Cheryl.
To contact particularly their Republican senators and their Republican congressmen and tell them to tell Trump to cut this out. It's causing too much chaos. That's number 1. Number 2, so Carson has this plan, flood the zone. Throw so much junk against the wall that no one will notice. Well, they sure screwed up with this one because everyone's noticing. And what are they noticing? They're noticing healthcare and housing for seniors and veterans being cut, funding for hospitals and community health centers being cut, Meals on Wheels and food pantry being cut, school meal programs being cut, tax relief for families, veterans, and retirement being cut, police and firefighting funding being cut, funding for the HIDA program, which Martin mentioned, and we have the same problem in New York State. Some of our HIDA people are complaining, being cut, disaster relief being cut, small business being cut.
Steve, what's happening, Steve? ¿Cómo está? Molto bene.
The American people about what this administration is up to. They tried to flood the zone. This broke right through. Questions on this subject?
John H., thank you. John, let me turn around real quick before you go. John, thank you. Appreciate your membership, your donation. God bless you. Thank you for your support. Have a great night. Be safe and enjoy the rest of your evening. God bless you. All right, welcome in, everybody. This is simply, some of this stuff is just not true, guys.
Well, there are certain nominees that we're particularly focusing on. Kennedy today, I guess he's having his hearing as we speak now. The guy from the FBI, Kash Patel, Tulsi Gabbard of DNI. We're focused on some particular people who we think we might get some Republican support on. Yes?
Obviously, there's a government funding deadline in March. How is this affecting those negotiations?
Molly, welcome in, Molly. Molly, how are you tonight? Absolutely, Molly.
There's a funding deadline, March 14th. We need to have a top line. We
Kim
need to
Smith,
get our
good to see
committees
you.
working to reach an agreement that has enough votes in the House and the Senate to pass. It is extremely difficult to agree to a compromise on anything if the White House is going to
All right.
assert that they control the fund.
The Democrats right now, Schumer, oh, what a bad person he is, in my opinion. The Democrats right now are running on a gas tank that is red. So their party is gone. Now, the best thing, Janine, the best thing that happened to the party is that Kamala lost on a landslide. If that was a fight with Rocky Marciano, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, some of the greatness, they would have called that fight, meaning the election, in one round. They need to rebuild. These people are running on red, not yellow. And they're going to pull out anything. This is simply not true. Again, if you're just coming in, Trump and his team is not taking away any of these programs. It's almost an audit on the administration and the government of the past because there's money that's wasteful spending. But he's not talking about Medicaid or fire department or defund or any of that kind of stuff, right? Again, on the flip side, I wish that Trump's team would have put this stuff out quicker, maybe explain it better, maybe like I am. They did explain it last night, but it's just politics. It's dirty. Trump's not out to get anybody. If anything, Trump wants to help. He wants to make economy better, affordable, and so that's what he's talking about. Wasteful, basically, it's just wasteful spending. They don't talk about, Janine, did I wake you up, Janine? They don't talk about, here's what they don't talk about. Money that's just simply out there for climate change that we don't know much about. Billions. And fish farms. You know, I say fish farms. Look it up. And there's so much stuff they wasted. And not to say now we got to get these people, these gangs and drug cartels, ISIS back. That's more money. So Trump's just trying to clean it up. Why should he sit there and wait another week, another month, another year? Because that's what the administration did before. They sat on their ass and did nothing. All they did was drink some coffee, worried about potato chips on the State of the Union. Let me wake everybody up. I need some light. Let me wake you guys up. On a State of the Union, big State of the Union, he's worried about not enough potato chips, not enough candy bars, all this stupid stuff that has nothing to do with the price of gas and price of eggs. So now we got an administration that's ready to go. And they're making like he's just taking away from the middle class people or lower middle class. No, lies. They're running on red. Their car light is on red. They're losing so bad. That's why Trump in 20 years won the popularity vote, the people's votes, right? It was a landslide election. The election was over quick, right? People who don't like Trump voted for Trump. Why? Because they see the truth. Pretty much what I'm saying. They realize that the Democrat Party is not the Democrat Party anymore. It kind of switched. The Republican is not the same party it was with the Bush. It switched. They're for Trump. And some of these people are for us. It's crazy on these people and what they're saying. It's just not true. And meanwhile, we got Trump fighting for California and FEMA. Somebody talked about FEMA. FEMA is he wants to have the state run that too, where no FEMA, where the state and local government on a disaster like a hurricane or fires and that kind of stuff, take care of the local people. Trump is always thinking. So that's a president. That's a leader. That's not a follower. See, Biden was a follower. Biden was a puppet. He was a robot. Now we have somebody in charge who's going to make some mistakes, by the way. And I will call Trump out when he does. But at the end of the day, is amazing president who's moving fast, right? He's on roller skates, like skating very quickly, guys. Skating to victory and to make us better. Let's see what else this lady has to say.
We don't. So this is really putting that in jeopardy.
Yes, sir.
You talked about these different organizations.
This guy here. Oh.
Reaching out to you. You've encouraged them to obviously keep up this effort to possibly contact the president in any way, shape, or form. But do you really
Absolutely, Kim Smith. Absolutely, Kim.
Listening to many of these people enough to keep them
The roots of democracy are deep. And what we're saying is go to your local official, your local congressman, your local senator, and have them get to the president. But the roots of democracy are deep. People are aroused. I haven't seen people so aroused in a very, very long time in terms of trying to get this done. So yes, I think
Steve,
democracy
you're
will have an
exactly right,
effect,
Steve.
and we are going to keep at it. We're going to keep at it legally. We're going to keep at it legislatively, but we're also going to keep at it in terms of the grassroots. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
So that's what's going on today on this Wednesday, as President Trump has been in office now for a little over a week, and he's upsetting Democrats. He's upsetting a lot of people, but they shouldn't be upset. But they just don't like him, and they know he's calling them out and just hurting their legacy. He's just ripping them apart. These people are just not good people.
The Democrat now in his seat that he resigned from, Andy Kim. We'll bring that out to you if Kim is still speaking. But what we want to get to right now,
I'm going to read some comments, guys, and I'll try to get caught up the best I can. The messages were coming in a little quick. Thank you for the 69 likes. Appreciate it. Janine, Mike M, Crystal. Appreciate you guys being here as moderators and doing always a great job, in my opinion. All right.
Good afternoon.
All right. That's your opinion there, Blark, but God bless you anyhow. Joe knew what he was doing. Just that what? Yeah, exactly. Great comment. Good comment. Love is alive, James. There you go. That's what I like to hear. Appreciate it, Freshly Wild. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Appreciate those kind words. Thank you so very much. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I appreciate those kind words on there. Let me lower the TV. I'll read some more comments here. Molly's in the house. I am a liberal. I am not a liberal. All right. Great comment, Steve Hope, earlier. Yes, AC, welcome in. First of all, AC, welcome in. God bless you. Yes, falling asleep, stayed. You've fallen asleep for the last 4 years, pretty much, right? Almost to 4 years. He slept a lot. So, but yeah. Joe, first of all, Joe, welcome in. I read your comment. I don't understand. I mean, I understand if you guys just simply don't like Trump. I get it. But this stuff, majority of it's just not true. Why would he mess with? He's not messing with people. He's just trying to explain it the best I can. But anyhow, that's your opinion. He's just cleaning house. It's like my garage. I don't clean my garage unless my wife says clean the garage. He's cleaning. And a lot of stuff is just wasted. And the administration Just a lot of wasteful spending. Wasteful stuff, wasteful spending, and he's just trying to clean, just clean. All right.
Welcome to the Southern District of New York, the Wild West
Yeah.
of political prosecutions. President Trump is right.
FG, welcome in.
And it's corrupted people. I hope President Trump cleans up the system.
Fabian, what's happening, Fabian? Good to see you. We're in the bottom part of our hour, Fabian, but always good to see you. I'm sure you keep me busy. Okay. You didn't get notified. Yeah, what the hell's going on with that? You know, we really got to, you know, this notification stuff. Let me ask you guys this, not just for my station. Make sure if you're enjoying the content of my station, whatever station you enjoy, if you like their content, make sure all notifications are lit up, and then hopefully you get notified. I'm sorry that's happening, Fabian. You and I are always wondering what in the hell's going on with all this stuff with the notification. I hope Trump does something about all the welfare food stamps. Yeah, and here's the deal. Wendy F. First of all, Wendy, I hope you're doing well, and God bless you. To your question, Wendy, I don't think he wants to get rid of the welfare program because, you know, some people have bad times and need the program. I just think he just wants to make sure that, you know, there's not, again, wasteful spending, mostly, Kim, to the migrants and that kind of stuff. But, you know, if you are on those assistants, everybody's different. I'm not here to put myself in your situation. You know, you can do better with yourself and make a better living, you know. So, but I'm not here to discuss should you be on it, should you not be on it. But yeah, all right. I'm going to have to write and email YouTube customer service and see what's the deal. Yeah, because even my wife, there's so many people are not getting my notifications, and not just my channel, but I subscribe to some channels and I'm not getting their notification. We need to get on that on there, because it's not fair if you are enjoying the content of just my station, other stations, you're not getting notified. So I'd like to know why YouTube is doing this. And yes, we need to email them, Fabian. All right. Well said, Freshly Wild. Yeah, Janine, I'm really starting to believe it. I know that they have their hands full, but I don't understand how Joe Smith is getting the notifications, you know, and who gets and who doesn't get the notification. How YouTube algorithm, if you're notified, it should go out there. Now, it should take a few minutes. It's not going to be quick. Like, some's going to get it in 1 minute, some's going to get the notification in 20 minutes, but by 30 minutes, you would think you would get the notification on there. So I'm also going to reach out to YouTube on that as well. Jason said, I don't think they get it. So, I mean, they say to have the bell notification lit up, but... And speaking of the bell notification, make sure you have it not only on my channel, but if you enjoy other YouTube channels, you know, go back and, after this live in a little bit, go back and check out the YouTube channels that you subscribe to, and make sure that you have it on. Maybe go off and go back on, and make sure it's all. Not just my station. I would hope you do my station, but the other stations that you watch on this kind of content, or any kind of content in that matter. So, so we can, maybe we can fix some of this ourselves now on this YouTube stuff. Cut welfare. Elon can fly to Mars. Somebody says, okay. Yeah, so Fabian says it just went off and went back on. We can try that as well. What Fabian's saying is, you know, turn it on, turn it off. But yeah, it upsets me because I don't see, like last night, I didn't see some people. And we did fix Ozzy. So Ozzy, I don't know if you're on. If you watch this later, Ozzy, you're all fixed. I just want to throw that out there. So me and Fabian worked overtime to get Ozzy back on there. So... yeah. All right, I'm going to read a few more comments. We've been on an hour and 38 minutes. I got to get ready to soon, not right now, pick up my wife, who's flying back from Puerto Rico at the airport. And we have to also work on addressing the homeless and giving a nice big feast out probably on Friday as she comes home tonight and relax a little bit. Big Andy 7922. What's happened with Big Andy? All right, here we go. There's Trump here. As we go into our freshly well, I would say maybe. I don't know right now on that. Scott says, thank you. Yeah, I mean, try turning off the notification and then turning it right back on. Try turning it off and right back on. That could help. And that goes for all your YouTube channels that you support that you really like. Try turning it off back on and making sure all is notified so you will get the notifications for your favorite YouTube channels that you watch time to time. I like mofonga, Sam. I like mofonga with shrimp and empanadas, of course, but I like it with beef. I think you said Puerto Rican favorite food, but simple rice and beans, I like it all. I like Italian food the best, Puerto Rican number 2. No defense to any other culture out there, but that's my favorite. Put Cuban on my top 3 list. Let's see. We'll read a few more here real quick. Yeah. Canada becoming the 51st state is still not out of the question. It's still on the table. So I'm just going to throw it out there. Canada being the 51 state still on the table. All these YouTube glitches are frustrating. It really is. It really is. It just makes you it's a test. It's a test, Fabian, but yes. It's upsetting when you enjoy content and you're not getting the notifications, yes. But hopefully I answered that Puerto Rican food on there. Canada, you're serious? I'm just saying it's on the table right now, Joe. And thanks for being on here on your live, Joe. Appreciate it. Your disagreements, agreement. Yeah, it's on the table. It could be the 51 state. I'm not saying I agree with it or not. Also, the Panama Canal is also on there. Actually, they're talking about it right. Well, they were talking about it. They're just showing highlights of Trump. All right, what else we have here? Absolutely, Gene. We get the message. We get the message. That's all I can do is laugh. Yeah, go ahead, Fabian. Yeah, do your live and see what happens. And make sure you support Fabian. He's going to do a little live to see if we get notified. I went through 6 phones in 1 year. What the hell happened? Is that a joke? Did not catch it? All right. If we get Canada and Greenland and Panama Canal, Trump will be the greatest president ever. I think he is now, but it would put the icing on the raspberry cake, chocolate cake, Fabian. The Canada, as far as the 51st state, I disagree with Trump. I'm not sure about that. I haven't really digested that all together. So let's not be so quick on that. For me, my opinion, just my opinion. Yeah, Panama Canal was given back from the Jimmy Carter, and for $1, and now Trump wants it back. Is he the president with the fattest head already? Does he have a fat head? Or do I have a fat head? Canada hates us and they don't want our health care system. Midnight Hour. What a name for a YouTube channel. What do you think? Midnight Hour. Thank you for your comment. Appreciate it. All right. We'll read a few more here. Has anyone been to the Panama Canal? I've never been there. I heard it's beautiful. Yes, baby, I am. You're looking in the camera. I pick her up tonight around 9:20. 9:20. So. Freshly well, yes. Canada, Scott says, Canada. Hey, Scott, great comments today. Appreciate you, by the way.
Secure our borders and that he would never forget about Lakin.
I absolutely agree with you once again, Scott. I think we're on the same page. The state, as far as Canada becoming the 51st state, I don't know yet on that. It's just my opinion, but yes, I agree with you. But yes, baby, I can't wait to be picking her up. We'll hear a little bit more with Trump. Love or hate him, he's the president of the United States.
Impacted by executive orders on foreign aid, American
money. Fazools. Look at the fazools, guys. That's called fazools. Where's Lovebirds at?
going into effect.
The White House says the freeze will continue, but the injunction blocks communications between.
All right, I'll read a few more here. Lots of money. Lots of money being spent, right? On both sides. For years. But now Trump wants to, like, clean house, gut it out, find out what we can do better with the money, right?
We canceled one.
Brad Johnson, what's happening, Brad Johnson? Wasn't that a quarterback? Welcome in, Brad. We're in the bottom part of our hour. Welcome in, everybody. We're going to read a few more comments here.
Congress passed into law.
What about the Gulf of Mexico and America? I mean, all these. Panama Canal, I think, is the biggest one. My opinion. Mexico becoming the 51st state. I don't know. Puerto Rico, where my wife's coming back at right now. Husky mom, good evening. Puerto Rican, most of them are Puerto Rican people. I speak on behalf of most of them. Don't want to become a state. I know nobody asked about Puerto Rico. I'm just throwing it out there into the pot about Puerto Rico. Will we see Puerto Rico as a state in our lifetime? Possible. Canada? Possible.
Easy to do. Lakin did it.
The president today also moving to create a migrant facility at Guantanamo that can hold 30,000.
Great live tonight, guys. I appreciate everybody being here and all the support and the super chats and super donations and all that good stuff. Thank you so much. Hopefully we get the notifications, because I'm getting every live. I'm getting different notifications. So, whoa, we got a $50 super chat. Get a nice bottle of wine when Maribel comes out. Whoa. That's very nice. Thank you so much. I will. Picking her up at 9. I'm going to get the wine. I will, 100%. And I'll put it on the community page. High five, fist bump for that large donation. Appreciate it. It's not unnoticed. Thank you so very much. And we'll have a glass and get some sleep. Very, very nice. Very nice. Appreciate that, guys. You didn't have to do that. And I really mean look in the camera. Greatly appreciate it. You know that. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Majority of the super chats on here, guys, unless somebody points it out to get the wine. And by the way, I'll probably put some of that money towards the homeless. But majority of the money that we get on here, guys, or most of the money, unless somebody says get a cigar. I sometimes sit outside, majority side smoke cigars. We give to the homeless and the vets on here, and a little gas money to my wife. But we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Very, very nice. I appreciate that. Once again, high five, fist bump.
Again, let's watch.
Yeah, there you go. Boom, boom. I actually took off. We actually lost one of the emojis, Fabian. Fabian. We lost one accidentally. One. I'm sorry. We lost it. I'm going to replace it with something else.
Thank you very much.
$50 Fazools as we see money. And we got Fazools coming in. Yeah, I accidentally got rid of it, Fabian. One of the emojis. I can't get it back. You won't see it no more, Fabian. No, I'm sorry, Fabian. I did everything I can do, Fabian. I did okay, Sal, we got it. I did everything I could do. And people were saying, what the hell is he talking about? Anyhow. All right, I'll read a few more. Thank you so very much for the donations, guys, and all your support and support on here. I appreciate it, guys. Make sure you share some of the videos, the lives. Make sure you support the other content. Check out Fabian's YouTube channel if you want to have a good time and see some good artwork and some tunes. He's going to try a live for a little while, maybe, or in a little while, as soon as this live's over, which is in a minute or two. And be free to leave your link as Fabian puts the Max and the puppy, Crystal's puppy, and American flag. And there you go. And your link on there. And check out Fabian. Mike, what do I do without you, Mike? And I really mean that. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Wendy F. Thank you so very much. Is Dodge paying you? No, they don't pay me a dime. Dodge. All right, guys. I'm going to be getting off here. Thank you so much, Fabian. If you want to leave your link, if anybody wants to check out his channel, anybody else has a YouTube channel, and you want to be live and show your content of anything on here, be free to do so. And make sure you have the notifications. I'll say it one last time on my channel, on Fabian's, or anybody else who has one. Maybe try turning off and on so you get the notification. Now, if you don't want the notifications, I guess you don't want it on. Anyhow, thank you so much, guys. I'm going to kick back, wait for Fabian, have a cigar, and let's get 100 likes. I don't know if we're going to get 100 likes tonight. We're at 73. I tell you what, should we go? I'll go 5 more minutes. I will go 5 more minutes. Thank you, James. I'll go 5 more minutes. Okay, just to see if we can. I'm curious if we can get 100 likes. You know, I got to tell you, I get annoyed sometimes. I'm not knocking any YouTube channels when I do that. Here I am doing it. If we get 100 likes, it'd be great. I'm just curious in 5 minutes how many we will get. Tell you what we'll do. Thank you so much. Once again, thank you so much. That was very, 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 very nice of you. Yeah, Trump is, we're going to go 5 minutes.
By February 6th to show
We'll listen to Donald Trump for a couple of minutes.
office, they will be terminated, and we will therefore be downscaling our government, which is something that the last 10 presidents.
Hold on, moderators. I'm sorry. We'll go a couple minutes here. Hold on, Mike, Janine, Crystal, Fabian.
Going to their federal office.
Hold on, Fabian.
Many years, from even before COVID. But they have nevertheless been paid. Some have worked, some haven't worked, and most of the studies say that some have just gone through the motions. We may ask these people to prove that they didn't have another job during their so-called.
Yeah, he does, Scott. Scott, I can't believe it, Scott. You're gonna think they're gonna think I know you, Scott. I was thinking the same thing. Also, Scott, real quick, ladies and gentlemen, I heard from I have a doctor client. I'll make this quick. I know. I want to hear Trump. Hold on. He kind of looks out of breath when he was playing golf the other day. So there's a little bit of concern. I personally think, we don't know, right? Spectate. It's probably wearing on him a little bit, right? I mean, maybe the Diet Cokes are wearing off, the coffee, whatever. But yes, Scott, in this particular, he looks a little tired. But then again, Scott, lowering the voice, trying to calm down, But yeah, he looks a little on the tired side. I don't think it's anything serious that we should be worry about at the present time. But yeah, I do agree, Scott. I think that was Scott. All right, we'll go back to Trump. Sorry about that. I know you guys are listening.
So they'll have to prove that to us.
Exactly, Wendy.
In any event, we're requiring them to show up to work or be terminated. We think a very substantial number of people will not show up to work, and therefore our government will get smaller and more efficient. And that's what we've been looking to do for many, many decades, frankly. Thank you. In addition, there was a short-term pause or funding freeze.
Oh, here we go, guys. Listen in.
Discretionary spending payments such as government grants, only for us to quickly look at the scams, dishonesty, waste, and abuse that's taken place in our government for 2 years.
What did I say?
As was explicitly stated, this in no way affected Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, or other entitlements that Americans depend on. I made abundantly clear from the very first day that I ran from office, that was a long time ago now, that's 2015. If you think about it, I announced in 2015 and we won in 2016. We did very well in 2020.
What did I say?
Well, just recently. And,
not touching Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security. And I was just going to say SNAP. He forgot to say SNAP. So you can go to sleep.
Medicare and Medicaid have not been affected by any action we're taking in any way, shape, or form. We are merely looking at parts of the big bureaucracy where there has been tremendous waste and fraud and abuse. In that process, we identified and stopped $50 million being sent to Gaza to buy condoms for Hamas.
Janine.
50 million. And you know what's happened?
Or is it Crystal or both?
They've used them as a method of making bombs. How about that? We stopped an attempt to make an illicit payment for illegal alien resettlement. We canceled $181 million in DEI training contracts. This is just for the training of people in DEI, which has been terminated and completely terminated. And we paused $1.7 billion in unauthorized payments to foreign organizations, including stopping more than $40 million that was on its way out the door to the very corrupt World Health Organization, which has not done its job and not done it properly. We also...
Thank you, Fresh Wow.
$45 million for diversity scholarships in Burma. 45, that's a lot of money for diversity scholarships in Burma. You can imagine where that money went. These were the types of payments and many others. I could stand here all day and tell you things that we found, and we have to find them quickly because we want the money to flow to proper places. but these were the payments and types of payments affected by the temporary freeze, and the American people strongly support these efforts. I talked about it during the campaign, and they voted for us in record numbers. Every single day, we're now putting America first and fighting to get the most out of every single tax dollar for our great citizens. We've gathered this afternoon to take another historic action. However, in a few
Amen,
moments,
Freshly Well, amen.
the Laken-Riley Act will become the very first bill that I proudly sign into law as the 47th president.
Woo! Everybody clap. Everybody clap.
Laken was a brilliant and beautiful 22-year-old nursing student from Georgia, the best in her class. She was always the best. They would say, Laken,
there you go, Big Andy.
How do you do this? And what do you do? They were always asking
there you
her
go,
questions.
Big Andy.
She was respected by everybody, even her teachers. They respected her so much. From the time she was in first grade, Laken knew she wanted to spend her time caring for others. That's what she did. To her friends and classmates, she was a light of warmth and kindness in every single room. To her parents and family, she was everything in the world. They've had a miserable period of time. Just after 9 a.m. last February 22nd, Laken went out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia, but she was just never returned. She never came back, did she, huh? Parents are here, sister.
Very sad.
All of her relatives.
Lincoln Rally?
While on her run,
Lincoln Rally, excuse me.
Attacked, viciously assaulted,
Lincoln.
beaten, brutalized,
I apologize,
and murdered
Lincoln.
by an illegal alien gang member who was set loose
gangs,
in our country.
right here. Gangs like these people.
We are
gangs.
deeply honored to be joined today by Laken's parents, Allison and John, and her
gangs.
sister, Lauren. Thank you very much.
Illegal gangs from all over the parts of the world.
So sad.
So sad. It is.
We were together right after that happened, and
God bless Brad
it's,
Johnson. Yeah.
a tremendous tribute to your daughter. What's taking place today? That's all I can say. But it's so sad we have to be doing it at all. Thank you very much for being here. To Laken's family, we will keep Laken's memory alive in our hearts forever, everyone's hearts. With today's action, her name will also live forever in the laws of our country, and this is a very important law. This is
Thank you,
something
Janine.
that has brought Democrats and Republicans together. That's not
Absolutely
easy to
freshly
do.
wild.
Laken did it. America will never ever forget Laken Hope Riley. The vicious criminal who murdered Precious Laken was an illegal alien member of the barbaric Venezuelan prison gang known as Tren de Aragua. He trespassed across our southern border in 2022 and was apprehended by Border Patrol, but under the cruel policies of the last administration, instead of being deported as he should have been, he was released into the United States, as were millions of other people, many of them.
You got that right, Freshly
very
Wild.
dangerous people. And you see what we're doing. We're getting
Yeah,
the
Brad
hell
Johnson.
out of here.
Mr. G, how are you? It makes me upset. It really does.
He was soon arrested.
Debbie, how are you, Debbie? Thank
in New
you.
York City on charges
Good evening.
of endangering a child, but because of New York City's deadly sanctuary policies, as we have in California and many other places, which we're going to
Mike
end
Camp,
them,
thank you.
he was released again to reoffend. The Biden administration then provided this illegal alien criminal with a free taxpayer-funded flight from New York to Georgia, where he was arrested yet again, constantly, this time for stealing from a Walmart along with his gang member brother, who was a bad one. Only after being released a third time by the U.S. law enforcement did this cold-blooded criminal go out in that fateful morning hunting
Gangs
for
like these
women
people right here.
on whom to pray. That's what he did. He hunted.
Let me make all means. I'm not saying these are the involved, but these are gangs that were caught today, ladies and gentlemen.
This horrific atrocity should never have been allowed to happen. And as president, I'm fighting every single day to ensure that such a tragedy never happens again. We don't want this to happen.
Everybody clap. Big Andy, yes.
And under the law, thank you. Under the law I'm signing today, the Department of Homeland Security will be required to detain all illegal aliens who have been arrested.
Oh, we got 82 likes. I appreciate it, guys. We'll wrap this up with President Trump here.
Assaulting a police officer, murder, or any crime that results in death or serious injury. In addition, for the first time ever, this act gives state governments the ability to sue the federal government for immediate injunctive relief if any future administration ever again refuses to enforce the immigration laws of the United States, like happened for 4 long years.
Exactly, Steve Hope.
And that was happening for 4 long years,
Yeah.
frightful years.
Yeah.
Amazing.
4
You'd say,
years.
How can people do this? How can they allow this to happen? How can they allow criminals to pour into our country and then try?
Thanks for your response on that, Steve.
Trying to defend it, but they can't. That's why I'm here instead of somebody else. Actually, it's the biggest reason. Inflation was horrible. Many things were horrible during that administration. When you look at what
Sorry
took
for
place
Cox.
in Afghanistan, the way they got out. Not that they got out, but the way so many things were horrible. But to me, this was the worst of all. It's a landmark law that we're doing today. It's going to save countless innocent American lives. I want to thank every House
FG, I agree, FG. I agree 100,000%.
12 Senate Democrats.
He needs
and
to
the
rest.
48 House Democrats who voted to pass this vitally important bill, and many of them are with us today, and I really do appreciate it. And I very much especially appreciate the bipartisan support. The Democrats, really a big percentage of them came through, and plenty of them wanted to. They probably felt they couldn't, but they really wanted to. That they don't understand that would have made them a lot more popular, would have made them a lot better with their people. The ones that didn't are going to be sorry, because the people are not going to forget that they wouldn't sign. This is a perfect, incredible tribute to an unbelievable young lady. We're joined today by many great supporters of our new strong border policies, and they are indeed strong, including Vice President Vance, thank you, JD, Secretary Scott Bessent, who just got approved, by the way. Where's Scott?
Yeah,
He just got
where's
approved.
Scott at?
Scott, I'm very impressed. Got a lot of Democrat votes, too. He got a lot of Democrat votes. That's great. I don't know, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'll have to think about that. Secretary of Homeland Security, who's going to be fantastic. I know her so well, and I know it's probably not complimentary because she is a woman, but she is tough.
True Aussie Ray, what's happening?
Christy, great. Stand up, please. You have such an important job to do. Really great. Thank you very much. And don't let that look fool you. That look is, she's tough, and she cannot stand that she's having to sit here and even listen to this today. Another one who's done a job like nobody that I've seen in a long time. Tom Homan, he's my friend, but he is something special. He's something special.
Sounds like he has a little cold, maybe, going on, a little sore throat.
And Tom and Christy, the numbers are unbelievable what's happened. It's like just shut down. Nobody thought that was even possible. It's just shut down. They showed an area that a year ago had thousands and thousands of people rushing into our country. And today there was nobody there. It was like a beautiful sight. And also Senate Majority Whip John Barrasso, great guy. Thank you, John. And I also want to thank the bill sponsors, Senator Katie Britt. Katie, thank you, Katie. And Congressman Mike Collins. And Mike, you were fantastic from Georgia. He took this.
All right, guys, I just want to say he's wrapping things up. Sounds like he
as well as Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grass.
sounds like he has maybe a little cold. He's tired. I read some comments that he probably needs some sleep. He probably does need like 2 days of sleep or a good couple 9 hours. But when he's fighting for America, but yes, and it can catch up with you, and we don't want him sick. So maybe he should let somebody speak for him there. But We're so used to a president for the last 4 years who was sleeping all the time. Whoa, Beer Gut Garage. Have a drink, Sal. Forget about it. You deserve a break. Thank you, Beer Gut. Appreciate it. I'm going to have a little wine or something there from you. Beer Gut, thank you very, very much. It's not unnoticed. I really appreciate it. I've got to pick my wife up at the airport. I'm going to relax on wine for a little bit. I will have a drink for you guys. I'm going to relax. Thank you so very much. Appreciate your support. All right. It sounds like he has a little cold, maybe. Sound like a little sore throat. When you do a lot of talking, he takes a number on you. At my age, your age, younger, and he's wearing down a little bit. So yeah, he needs to get some rest. But he's he's got to get these cartels. He's got a good team behind him. And fight for us. Bring back common sense. Make America safe. And get the people from Iran, Iraq. Let's get those bad people could commit an attack on American soil. We don't want that. We got enough of our own problems. We want to just live life, have fun, and laugh, have a few drinks, a few beers, a few wines, a little coffee, and good food. That's what life is about. Live an American dream. Remember to laugh. Speaking of laugh, guys, I'm going to end this live only because I got to unwind a little bit, get unchanged, go pick my wife up. Thank you, Beer Gut. Thank you for all the donations, Crystal Ha. John H., thank you for all your support. Make sure you check out Fabian's Station. Beer Gut Garage has a good one if you want to sit back and laugh. And support your YouTube channels with the notifications. I'm out of here. Mike M., thank you, Janine. See you guys later. God bless. High five, fist bump. See you on the next, tomorrow. See ya. Be kind. Have fun and laugh. Laugh. Gotta laugh a little bit. Gotta laugh.